I've noticed something I do that I didn't realize I was doing for a long time. I'd be in the middle of something, not even a big decision, just, is this right? Am I doing this the right way? Is this what I should be doing? And it's subtle, but constant. And I started realizing I don't think I'm just living my life. I think I'm constantly evaluating while I'm in it. If this feels familiar, stay with me. It doesn't feel like doubt. It feels like responsibility. It doesn't show up like panic. It shows up like being careful, like you're trying to get it right, like you don't want to waste time, like you don't want to mess it up. So the checking feels justified, even smart. I used to think this was just me being thoughtful, but there's a difference between thinking and constantly needing confirmation. I remember second guessing something small. I remember I was sitting on my couch one night, laptop open, phone next to me, and I was trying to decide what to do. Not a big decision, just what to do with the next couple of hours. Work on something, relax, watch something, be productive. And I could feel this pressure building, like there was a right answer hiding somewhere in that moment. Like if I picked wrong, I'd be falling behind in some way I couldn't quite explain. And I just sat there scrolling, thinking, reevaluating, not doing anything. And what hit me was, it wasn't that I didn't know what to do. It was that I didn't trust that any choice was okay. You might have felt like that too, where even small moments start to feel like they matter more than they should. It creates this constant background question. When this becomes a pattern, there's always something running underneath. Is this it? Should I be doing something else? Am I on the right track? And it doesn't stop you from living, but it changes how you experience it because you're never fully in it. Part of you is always outside of it, watching, checking, evaluating. You stop trusting your natural momentum. There's something subtle that happens over time. You stop moving through life naturally, and you start pausing to make sure it's correct. I noticed I wasn't just doing things anymore. I was running them through a filter at first. Does this make sense? Is it aligned? Is this what I should be doing right now? And slowly, that creates hesitation. I started looking for signals everywhere. I remember going through a stretch where I was constantly scanning my life, not in a dramatic way, just little things, looking at other people, where they were, what they were doing, then looking back at myself. Okay, am I close to that? Am I off? Is this lining up with the way it's supposed to? Even how something felt, I would question it. Like if I was enjoying something too much or not enough, I'd read into that, trying to decode what it meant about where I was. And the strange part was, the more I tried to figure it out, the less solid anything felt. Like I was pulling the ground out from under myself just by analyzing it. You might have felt like that too, where the checking starts to make everything feel less certain instead of more. Maybe this isn't about doing it right. Maybe the problem isn't that you don't know if you're doing life right. Maybe it's that you think there's a right way happening in real time. Because if you believe that, then of course you're going to be checking constantly. But what if life isn't something you get right while you're inside it? What if it only makes sense looking back, and right now it's just something you move through? The checking becomes a loop. Once this starts, it feeds itself. You check, you don't feel certain, you check again, and each time you check, you interrupt your momentum. It didn't feel lost. It felt like I couldn't settle into anything because I was pulling myself out of it to evaluate it. I had a moment where I didn't check. I remember one day I moved. No pause, no internal check, no, is this right? I just did the thing in front of me. And it wasn't anything special, but afterwards, I noticed something I hadn't felt in a while. There was no tension, no second layer running in the background, no voice going, yeah, but what does that mean? Is this the right direction? Should you be doing something else? It was just quiet. And that's when it hit me. It wasn't my life creating the pressure. It was that constant habit of stepping outside of it to evaluate it while I was in it. I was in something, and for a second, nothing needed to be figured out. You're not looking for answers, you're looking for relief. I thought I was trying to figure my life out, but I think I was actually trying to feel okay about it. That's what the checking is. Not clarity, relief. Just tell me I'm on the right track. Just let me feel like this is okay. But the way I was doing it was making that feeling harder to reach. Maybe you don't need to check this moment. I don't think the shift is stop thinking, stop caring. I think it's smaller. It's catching that moment where you're about to check and not doing it just once, letting something exist without evaluating it. Let a decision be made without needing confirmation. Because maybe you're not doing life wrong. Maybe you're just letting yourself be in it long enough without questioning it. I don't think you're lost. I think you've gotten used to watching yourself live instead of just living, checking, evaluating, trying to make sure it all makes sense. But life doesn't really work like that in real time. It's not something you solve while you're inside it. And maybe nothing is actually wrong. You've just been asking a question that doesn't have any answer in the moment. I'm Scott Stewart, and you're not crazy.